look at the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. You look at Doug Brooks. Brooks in the starting lineup for the 11th consecutive game. They feel like he just gives them a better tune defensively. On the flip side, for the Dayton Flyers, Zarius Williams has evolved for this Dayton Flyers team, the sophomore, and he's had to evolve because he's been pressed into even more duty with this senior-dominated bunch. Archie Miller, the head coach of the 6th year, 138 wins. You want to go to a practice and watch somebody coach a practice? This guy is one of the best practice coaches that you will ever find around the country. It's been emotional here at UD Arena here tonight, and Jamie Erdahl, the third member of our broadcast crew, has more on the seniors.
It certainly has, Tom, and both of these teams have a veteran presence, but tonight it was the Dayton seniors that were honored here before their final home game as a Flyer. Now, we were at Dayton's pregame shoot-around today. You could sense that heightened energy for this team to celebrate their senior class and for that opportunity to win this A-10 conference title. Now, head coach Archie Miller warned this team, do not run out of gas emotionally before this ball is even tipped, and once the game goes, just get to that first 4-minute mark and get into the tempo.
Well, Don Daly is ready. He's at center court. He tosses it up, and the VCU Rams control the tip. So we
get another foul.
When you see these two teams play, the way the game is called is extremely important because it is going to be a physical affair. It was the last time they faced each other when VCU won at 73-68.
A lot of off-ball action. A lot. See how it unfolds this game.
There's the save by Kyle Davis. He has Charles coming on the floor. Meeting between these two teams.
You think they would. I mean, think about it. They're playing for the championship. They don't want to be the reason that it doesn't go the way either one of these coaches wants to go. But at the end of the day, Kyle Davis, so athletic. He's picked it up his senior season.
Well, that's a loose ball rebound is pulled down by Mo Alley-Cox. VCU in transition. They want to feed Tillman against Pollard. Foul is called until goes to the free throw line. This year, 64% was last time they faced each other here at Dayton, which was last year. They were 14 of 27 from the line. He needed to stay a little longer to have that screen work. 4-2 the score. VCU is 0 for 6 from the floor so far. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Brooks puts it on the deck, off the glass. Not good, but Tillman slams it home.
Brooks being very aggressive. They downed that ball screen, which means they're not going to let you use it. Forcing baseline. Oh, how about that? Right there by Williams on Brooks.
Doug Brooks went falling to the floor. Now, he sold it pretty good. We're tied at 4. 16:35 to play here in the first half.
There's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a physical game. Look at it. I mean, every single play is going to... I was talking to Coach Will Wade earlier. They're not quite habits anymore. They don't do the pressing like...
He's been hot for VCU. Checks in. 16 for his last 32, 15 points, 17 points, and 14 points in the last 3 games. Here's Scoochie Smith off balance.
1 for 8 right now from the field. They got to start making some baskets here. They don't want Dayton to get ahead of them too early.
Smith makes the free throw. The last foul is on Daquan Lewis.
I was coaching. He was winning on the road. This is going to be one of those games for VCU. They got to be ugly. They got to make it physical and get it done on the road.
That's the ball. He said, but I'm not necessarily concerned about how we shoot the three. I'm necessarily concerned about that right there. Jonathan Williams going to the rim.
And that's just scouting report. Jonathan Williams has only made 1 3 all season long. You play off him and space him and not allow him to get to the rim and make plays.
Tied up at 8, 14, 50 to play here in the first half. Cook working along the baseline. A little help defense by Mo Alley-Cox. They slip it down low and Cunningham lays it in. Count the bucket. He's going to the free throw line.
You got to be careful.
Well, we look at the senior class comparison between these two schools. I mean, they're very similar. VCU only has 1 less win than Dayton does. They're seniors. VCU's won 3 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams.
Well, you look at what VCU did when Shaka Smart was there, and Will Wade has continued that tradition. And Archie Miller, after his first couple years, he has this thing moving in an unbelievable direction. These are 2 tremendous programs.
Took off the front of the rim. Brooks with the rebound. 20 wins or more in 5 of the last 6 as Cunningham cuts off that awkward pass by Williams.
So that's nothing but scouting report. They know when Jonathan Williams jumps in the air, they're going to try to pass the basketball.
Whitesell can't hold on. The ball rolling loose. Picked up by Scoochie Smith along the sidelines. Long pass to the baseline is saved by Charles Pitt.
Now they are flying around the floor tonight.
Here is Scoochie Smith, who Archie Miller said, listen, if we win the Atlantic 10 regular season title, I think he should be the player of the year in the conference. See, Kyle Davis is our MVP, but I think because of the way Scoochie Smith has played and what he's meant, as Pollard forces the action and draws the foul. Pollard averages just under 14 points per game. It's the first one. We mentioned there are 3 1,000-point scorers that are part of the senior class, Scoochie Smith being one of them with 1,222 points, 3-time team captain. That's the most in Dayton history. So with all the good seniors they have, he is basically the leader of the pack.
He certainly is, and one of the top 6. I say they have 1,406.
Dayton's defense has been very good. They're forcing a lot of errant passes.
Active, very athletic, experienced bunch. Best defensive team in the league.
Williams, and he does get the roll.
Basketball, Justin Tillman.
So it was Tillman who gets the roll, and now it is a 12-10 ball game. Dayton is on top.
But think about the way they have to score nothing smooth, particularly as smooth as Scoochie there, getting to the rim. You cannot be afraid. They're like a bully. They bully. They come after you. You got to punch them in the mouth.
There's 12 minutes to play here in the first half. Shot clock is at 7. Jonathan Williams, reverse layup, it's good.
Very impressive. Kyle Davis, a reliable defender. Again, he wants to drive the basketball, space him a little bit, and force him to shoot the basketball from the perimeter.
So pass goes to Pollard, faces up against Tillman. Off the glass, it's good. Appreciate VCU as an athletic department, and Will Wade allowing us to listen in tonight. Under 11 minutes to play here in the first half, as Doug Brooks is going to be called for a tripping foul. So that is the 17th foul for VCU.
From easy points, make them score against your defense, but you got to play with your feet and not your hands.
Some of the intensity of it.
I mean, when you practice, they have the loud music and
how he thought that Dayton that they would have to handle that a little bit. They seem to have overcome that. Jamie, you are near the student section, so you probably have a better feeling about this than we do.
I do. I'm glad I have 2 ears blocking my eardrums right now, because this student section is intense. But I was also going to mention to keep in mind something Will Wade told us earlier today, and that was about the free throws. Remember, he said, we made more free throws in this first game than they.
Second foul, get him out of the game is crucial.
Cook, the transfer from JMU into the paint, leans to the hoop, off the back of the iron. It's 22-15. Dayton's on top. That he has to learn that it's hard to come back with an injury when you miss 21 games, because he's not in the same kind of shape he was at the start of the season, because his conditioning has had to happen on the fly. Pollard pulls the ball back, gets it into the hands of Cook. Under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Cook with a spinning move, and I'm surprised they didn't call that a traveling violation. Instead, they call a foul inside.
Most cool, calm, and collected in that huddle.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting today, too, when he was talking to us about it, where he talked about meeting them as juniors, but he said getting to know them.
Then here's the deal. VCU 1 for 15 last game out against Rhode Island. They can't make threes. That's not their thing, so they can't space them out. So they try to get to the rim and make plays and get that second shot. Dayton's done a great job digging in so far.
Flyers with the basketball. They've held VCU scoreless for the last 3.5 minutes. And the foul is called on Doug Brooks. That's his second personal foul. And now a technical foul is called on Will Wade.
Will Wade with a stoic look on it. Game will get out of hand very quickly.
Well, Cook misses the technical free throw. The first one. The second one. Watch Will Wade. Doesn't look like he said anything, but he slaps the scorer's table. And at that
point, your feet, not fouling. He didn't want to play zone, right? Because they scored 18 points against his zone last time. But
free throw line for a 4th time to see if he can get into double digits. And he makes the second one here and the 3rd one overall in that sequence, and it's an 11-point lead for Dayton.
Think about this, VCU, they're down now, 11 points. Dayton has not made a 3-point shot. It's just driving to the rim and free throws. Got to make an adjustment. I may want to go zone here if I'm Will Wade. get them off a little bit off balance.
Jaquan Lewis with the three, no good. Whistle blows as Justin Tillman's shot is off the mark. And 3 for 3.
You know, our colleague Steve Lapis, I used to work for him at Villanova. We used to play UConn and Jim Calhoun. This team, their second shot is their best shot, and that's what you're seeing with this VCU Ram team.
Yeah, and that style, by the way, that free throw style is the same thing that Jack Gibbs does for Davidson. He is so good with it. 26-15, 6.5 to play here in the first half. Well, Cox with a little help defense. Here's Cook going to the basket. Bounce pass to Cunningham. Off the glass. It's good.
So they're just spreading them out, ISO situation, and driving the basketball. Now that they're in the bonus, VCU's a little gun shy about fouling. May want to switch it up, as I said before. Play a little zone, make them score from different angles.
On senior night, Dayton with a 13-point lead. If they win this, they have won the outright regular season title in the Atlantic 10. VCU winners earlier this year against Dayton. Here's Lewis with his floater. Floater, leader, he used every bit of the rim to get that one to go down.
Yes, he did. And you see the strategy by Dayton is staying with the shooters, forcing those guys to make shots. Even though they can't make shots, they're not going to give them the step-in threes. And they're going to have to make those circle shots to the rim. How about that block?
Cook's crossover is blocked by Mo Alley Cox, but they're going to call goaltending. Told Mo today, I said, we're going to mention the NFL at some point here tonight, just so you know. That three is good from Jaquan Lewis.
3-point basket.
So we don't always mention it when we're doing your games. I know a lot of people do. And he said, hey, it's Combine Week. Scoochie Smith deadens it off the back of the iron.
I love Scoochie Smith. I've seen him before. I gave him a little bit of a hype. I said, man, you remind me of Kyrie with that handle. New York City's finest.
Well, that is a pretty good
I love him. He can really handle that basketball, gets wherever he wants with it.
Jaquan Lewis is fouled going up. VCU tonight 4 of 5 from the line. Make it 5 of 6.
I said earlier, it's going to have to be an ugly win. VCU is going to have to make threes. Well, they're going to have to be more physical, force them to miss. But what Dayton is doing on the offense, they're spreading them out. And they know VCU likes to deny everything, and they're driving to the rim and going one-on-one.
Yeah, they're outscoring VCU 20-12 in the paint. Scoochie Smith with a long bounce pass to Mike Sell for 3. First 3 of the night for the Flyers, and Tillman, right place, right time. Under 4 to play here in the first half. Lewis to the basket, is foul going up. And he'll go
run at him like that and allow them to get to the rim, but we'll see. They need Lewis from the perimeter is where it's going to have to come from.
They're certainly making their free throws. They're 8 of 9 from the free throw line of this first half, which means they're down by 7 with 3:50 to play.
They're just a grinded out team. That's what's going to have to do today. They shoot 60% from the field. That's not going to work at home. They're not going to beat themselves.
Sam Miller with the handoff to Cook. Cook looking in. Gets up top to Kyle Davis. Open for 3. Get it out.
They do, but move the ball from one side of the floor to the other very quickly, or just do that, go inside to the big
Great
fella.
seal inside by Mo Alley Cox to lay it in. But here comes Dayton quickly up the floor. A little hesitation. Scoochie Smith wide open with a reverse layup. Is there help defense that's missing?
Yeah, the weak side has to be helpful, but here's the deal. They got shooters. They have guys that can make the basketball. Who was having guarding Scoochie? Space him a little bit and contest and make him shoot a short jump shot. Let him get to the rim like that. Can't do that.
Jonathan Williams gets the bucket to go down, and he's fouled. That is an athletic move. Comes Williams. Williams to the corner for Jaquan Lewis for 3. No good. And the rebound is tipped by Mo Alley Cox and picked up by Cook. Here he comes, along with Kyle Davis. And Jonathan Williams fouls him on the floor.
That much zone, but different games, again, they turn, and you have to do it on the fly. And playing zone may be the thing that helps them here with the tenacity of Dayton going to the rim the way they've been driving.
All right, well, they've got 2 minutes to try to climb back in. They're down by 9 with the basketball. Field leans it in for Mo Alley Cox, and he slams it home.
I mean, I couldn't even get it out.
Mo Alley Cox was the one who misdirected that. Here's Lewis, open for 3. Stead dribbles in, 15-footers short. Kyle Davis outrunning the VCU defense, and then Dowdy is called for the foul. Because you're going to become a poster and you may be slammed to the floor. Day the 30th with a broken foot. He checks in for the first time. Davis makes both free throws. That's part of the reason why he's in the game right now. Tillman to Lewis. Lewis quickly on the floor on the baseline. Schofield has a block from behind by Scoochie Smith. Running with Cook. Leads Cook, and Cook lays it in.
Fly.
42 seconds to play off the timeout. VCU gets it to Lewis on the curl. Now Tillman, and somehow that went in this first half. 5-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Mike Sell against Tillman. Curls, shot blocked. I'm not sure if that's what they were looking for. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins with the game clock at 3. Off the glass. Good with his left hand.
That was a little bit of a trap going into halftime.
I see it a lot more.
To make adjustments as the game goes on. That's what good coaches do.
Let's see who the first shot of this second half will go to for VCU. Brooks peeking in off the screen for Mo Alley-Cox. They wanted to get it into Mo Alley-Cox. They do. They force the action off the glass. It's good.
You're like Nostradamus over here, Reed.
Well, you can see now for Dayton. These two teams faced each other earlier this year. VCU won that one 73-68. Smith into the paint. His runner is good. That was a little too easy.
That was a little too easy. As Coach Wade says, somebody got guard Scoochie. They said somebody got guard Smith. I'm like the same thing. Another layup by Mr. Cox. Grown man is probably not tough for Scoochie, but that's a tough shot to make. But I like the zone. Keep him out of the lane.
Mo Alley-Cox makes the free throw.
Confidence has gone up in the shots that he takes at the post, especially in his left hand.
Yeah, he had a great smirk when we asked him about playing the 5. He said, well, I don't necessarily want to do it. He said, but I am a team guy. And that is what the team needs. Scoochie Smith, long-range 3. Good! Over the top of Doug Brooks. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's an unforced turnover, and Dayton will get it back. Honestly, I didn't think he had the depth at this moment to shoot this.
There's no question. But here's the deal. If I'm Will Wade, that's the shot I want him taking. I know he made that shot, but that's the shot at the end of the shot clock, contested, that you want him making. He's got to get the rebound and look to go the other way. That's just tough luck there.
Just about 2 minutes into the second half, and it's a 7-point lead for Dayton. Kyle Davis, bounce pass to Pollard. Pollard so athletic when he gets in the air.
He's got great position there. That zone
having the basketball.
He's starting a little full court pressure.
Pollard right through the middle, lays it in.
Tom Tillman's got to have a little bit more resistance, either take a charge. That's going to get this crowd into the game, and whether they go every single time to the finisher.
Well, it ends a 7-0 run. The Bucky 4:45 and the basketball. Dayton wins tonight. They win the outright regular season title. They had a share of it last year.
I like them going out. No call there.
Down low, sweeping it is Cook.
Plays for his teammates.
Brooks open for 3, second attempt. This one rolls in and out. Rebound is tipped in the air. Hamdi Mohammed has it, goes up, and he's fouled. 63%. And he makes the first one. He had a big game.
To get to the rim and see robbing lanes. How about that?
Jump stop and Cook with the steal. Burgess from behind with the steal. Flyers want a foul. Mo Alley-Cox inside, going to the basket, no good, and he's fouled. Well, one thing about these two teams, they both have unbelievable support staffs and unbelievable fans. Five fouls for Dayton. No fouls called yet against VCU, which is why the fans are a little upset.
Rich is so active on the basketball. He really slides his feet well.
Here's Cook up top to Davis. Shot clock is at 9. Switch to the right. Davis again, corner for Cook. Separation, 3, go!
Archie Smith gave him a smack on the butt, said, we needed that one. Loosen his zone up a little bit. That was a big time shot there, Tom.
20 points.
Wow.
20 points for Cook. Jaquan Lewis got a screen for a three. It's too strong, and the ball is saved by Brooks. Inside for Mo Alley-Cox. How about that? Lead is 10 for Dayton. Mo Alley-Cox against Mike Sell, who faces up against him. A little help by Scoochie Smith. Back to Mo Alley-Cox. In off the glass, no good. Homney with the putback, it's good.
There's just no excuse for that. You know what they're going to do. They're not throwing Homney the ball. You have to be physical and box him out.
Well, the other thing to remember is that Kendall Pollard is on the bench with 4 fouls. It didn't matter on that play.
That's too easy.
Cunningham to the free throw line to finish off this three-point play. And it's good. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch right there here tonight.
Senior night, special night for both of them, trying to win a championship.
Darrell Davis for three. In!
For 40 minutes, particularly when you're in a dogfight like this, people just have no idea. Get a little peek.
Mo Alley-Cox. Nearly halfway through the second half. Darrell Davis covered up front from Jaquan Lewis. Here's Brooks, open floor. Heading to the basket, steps to the hoop, lays it in, and that was easy.
What did I tell you, Tom? Keep the ball out.
Cox is 18 points, back at his way in. Ball is nearly stripped, gets it back, kicks it out for Brooks. Back inside for Mo Alley-Cox, into the paint, into the basket.
How about that?
On the shot clock, 8:21 to play here in the second half. The inbounds goes to Cunningham, and now a whistle blows at a foul called, I believe, on Brooks, who was going in for the steal. And it'll be 2 shots for Cunningham. It's under one. You gotta get yourself one of those right there, Chris. A pair of those sunglasses. You can put any message you want on them.
I can pull them off. I can pull them off.
66-59. Tillman will not take that three. That's why they play often. And a foul called on Cunningham. That'll send Mo Alley-Cox to the free throw line. And Mo Alley-Cox to the free throw line. 2 of 3. 3 of 4. And they led by 14 with 12:08 to play in the second half. It's down to 6.
Seems like the momentum is in VCU's hand right now. They need someone to step up and make plays for Dayton.
Shot clock is down to 5. The steal by Williams. Williams 1-on-2, sweeps it in, no good. Rebound is tipped. Here comes Kyle Davis. Davis with Mo Alley-Cox there.
It's by Kyle Davis.
Lewis, I thought, dribbled already and then got it back. Here's Burgess for 3, and it's no good. And a whistle blows, and Tillman goes hard. He's had a game left this weekend, but if they hold serve this weekend, then VCU and Dayton will share the Atlantic 10 regular season title. Williams has 4 now.
The question is, when is Coach Miller going every single time?
He had time to come down, get his bearings, and then go up. Scoochie Smith for 3.
Almost like the layup Kyle Davis made. They had a chance to cut it to 4. They got a layup here, and they don't make it. Now Scoochie makes the 3.
And the lead is back to 9.
Playing Dayton at home is going to be a small margin of error. You're not going to get 1,000 chances.
And Tillman is fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line.
Plenty of time to steal this victory.
He misses the free throw. Tillman with the rebound. Putback is good, and he's fouled.
How about that?
Tillman trying to convert the three-point play. Does not. The rebound by Burgess with the call of foul on him. The student section to get to their feet. Tillman down low to Mo Alley-Cox. That is 17 second-half points. Tillman rips down the board. Here comes Lewis. Lewis, slight hesitation to the basket. Reverse layup is good. Gets it into Cunningham. Deflected for a moment. He'll let it fly. It's good! Least. He's led the whole way. They lead it by 5. Lewis for 3. Too strong. Rebound is Lewis. Picked up by Mo Alley-Cox. Lewis right to the rim. Count the bucket.
Amazing.
18 offensive rebounds for VCU in this game. Lewis converts the free throw. And the
ball game with 2 minutes ago. That's what we want for the Atlantic 10 championship. This is the way it should end, Tom.
If Dayton wins, they win the outright regular season title. If VCU wins, they're in the driver's seat because of the 2 wins against Dayton. Pollard has it blocked away. Here comes Pollard again. Fadeaway jumper. No good. And the foul on Burgess. Dayton 15 of 20 as a team. 1:30 to play. VCU down 3. They've made just 2 threes in this game, which is not odd for them. Lewis thought about the 3 there. Shot clock is at 7 off the screen set by Mo Cox. And a bumping foul called on Cunningham.
Take the foul, man. Lewis made a 3. Pandemonium behind the basket. Even if they score, they will get the ball back.
Mo Cox trying to set the screen. He was open for a moment. Shot clock is at 10. Lewis peeking in. Shot clock at 5. They go into Mo Cox. Gets toward the basket. Stripped from behind. Out of bounds. It'll remain VCU basketball with 1 on the shot clock. There's no change of possession. Oh, now they say, no, they're going to say change of possession. 22 seconds to play. They may look at this.
Call a timeout here to set something up with 22 seconds.
They go down low to Mo Cox. Along the corner, Jaquan Lewis. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Davis, who's fouled by Burgess.
Down. If he makes one of them, it's still a game. They can tie it up.
Well, it's got to be the first one because it's the front end of the 1-and-1. And he does get the friendly roll on senior night.
Even if he knocks this down, VCU can speed dribble down with Lewis and get a layup. And foul and still forced him to have to go to the foul line again.
The lead is 4. 16.2 to play. VCU's 3 from Lewis. No good. Pollard with the rebound. He's fouled from behind. It's the game with 9.8 to play. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good.
Outright championship. He knocks this down. His academic, Tom.
He knocks it down. 78-72. 9.8 to play. Lewis trying to force the action. Step back 3. It's short. Rebound is pulled out by Scoochie Smith, and he is fouled on the baseline. If they had anxiety at the beginning, now they have ecstasy.
Tonight.
Yep.
I mean, they really laid it out there. As I mentioned, you had to be able to make threes, though. They fought hard. Offensive rebounded. If they just could have made a couple of three-point shots, I think it would have been the difference in the game.
2 of 15 from beyond the arc, VCU. Scoochie Smith with another free throw. He misses, gets his own rebound, tips it away. That's going to do it. The Dayton Flyers with the outright